She don't need a reason. Real talk, real mess, yeah, we're diving in deep. The only podcast that'll wake them from their sleep. Robbie speak, where the truth is loud and the vibe is high. Robbie speak.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Robin Chanel with Robbie Speaks the Pod, and I am back with another episode. Woo-hoo! Episode 9. I am excited. We are almost wrapping up season 1. I'm excited for what's to come in season 2. And so I'm so grateful to bring this episode to you guys. It's a lot of shit happening in the world and we need to talk and discuss it. And then, of course, we'll leave on a positive, amazing note with Dear Robbie. So due to time, we're going to jump right into topics. And we're going to get into some things about me is because I have a minor in theater. I absolutely love everything cinematography. I love theater. I love acting. I love film, television. I love it all. And as an aspiring actress, I always look forward to award season to highlight the creativity that comes along with being an actor, a film producer, a screenwriter, a director. I always look forward to award season. Whether we should as Black people show up to the spaces, that's a conversation for another day, but I love to see my Black people, my Black actors and actresses. I love to see them awarded for their hard work and their creativity and tapping into other characters and bringing them to life. I think that's dope. So I'll always be here for all the awards, NAACPs, the SAG Awards, the Oscars, Golden Globes. Like, I really love award season because I feel like although we don't get the notoriety and the accolades that we oftentimes deserve, there's still spaces for us, and I feel that we should still show up to the space, not trying to like beg to be seen, but more so just to, hey, I've done the work. I deserve to walk this carpet and I deserve to be in these rooms. So that's when I think about it, that's the glass half full that I'm looking at, if that makes sense. So we're gonna jump right into it. It looks like Delroy and Michael B. Jordan was the presenters for the BAFTA Film Awards. And it looks like someone by the name of John Davidson, who has Tourette's, yelled out during their presentation for the recipient of this award. He blurted out the word, he blurted out the N-word, hard ER. We can also, we can understand illnesses. I've never understood Tourette's, so I'm going to go lightly. I don't get when people say they have Tourette's and harsh language comes along with it. You know what I mean? Especially when it's not consistent. It's not a consistent disease. Not making an excuse for the Tourette's campaigner, but I don't understand Tourette's. And because of that, I can't say, oh, that was a mistake. Because out of all the shit that you could have blurted out, you chose the N-word when 2 Black men were presenting an award. And then we're supposed to be comfortable with that. They had to eat that in that moment. And that was really painful to watch. I did not like that. I'm sorry. I felt like, hey, if this is what we're doing, then let's talk turkey. Let's get with it. Because there was white presenters. There were Black presenters. I didn't hear cracker one time. So it's like when it comes to Tourette's, like I get it's a ick or tick or whatever y'all want to call it. But we're not about, and it's supposed to be uncontrollable. But Tourette's syndrome has always been like I side-eye it. Because it's the choice of words during the time that you're having this twitch. And why the N-word? For it to be a twitch and it's not predictable. You sure said it at the right motherfucking time. But as always, Black people, we're poised. We're graceful. You know what I mean? We have manners. We have couth. We have style. We have class. And even though, in my personal opinion, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy should have ripped your Tourette's having ass to shreds, I am grateful that they handled that like they handled it. And I just sometimes I get tired of us being quiet. I get tired of us having to eat disrespect from the others. I don't give a fuck what your syndrome is. That word carries pain, abuse, trauma. You know what I mean? And you don't just get to blurt it out because you have some type of mental disease that comes with tics and aches and blurting out words that don't really make sense to use. I don't give a fuck what syndrome you got. You know what I mean? Moving on. So next we have 50 Cent. I am tired of 50 Cent. You know, I used to be a big fan of 50 Unit. You could not tell me. At one point, I absolutely loved his music. I may have had a G Unit t-shirt, but as much as I grew up, he also grew up, and I kind of shied away from being a fan of his. Hilarious troll, you know, great producer when it comes to the Power franchise. I think that is legendary in itself. But 50 Cent is an asshole, and it looks like him and T.I. are at odds, and all this started over verses. And then somehow Tiny got drug in it, which isn't fair because Tiny has nothing to do with it. Tiny, first of all, you're beefing with a family full of lyrical geniuses, musicians, and legends. So King, who don't play about his mama and probably is the black sheep of the family for fucking sure, he came out and he defended his mom and he defended his parents, rightfully the fuck so. If my son's not stepping like King stepping about Tiny, I can't send it back, but we're going to have a conversation about it. You're supposed to step that way for your mom. You're supposed to not let nobody play with your motherfucking mama. And Tiny didn't deserve that. 50 Cent, you should know better. King got him together, and then King put out a diss. Well, T.I. did a diss. It was a snippet. Nice diss. T.I., can we talk about T.I.? T.I. is back in his I'm serious bag. Oh my God. Man does not age. He looks amazing. Okay. I'm so glad he cut the hair off and now he's back to Tip. I love me a Tip. You know what I mean? I like it. I love T.I. Always been a fan. Always will. So he put out a diss. King put out a diss. And then Damani. Y'all know what? That fucking Damani is so talented. He really does remind me of J. Cole, but better. If in my opinion, I like J. Cole, but I think like Damani is like that next runner up. He's an amazing lyricist. I out of all the disses that was put out to 50 Cent, Damani did his big one. Okay. Damani did not come to play. I absolutely love the record. So shout out to the Harrises and the T.I. and, you know, Tiny family, you know, family hustle forever. And yeah, shout out to them. NAACP Awards. So the NAACP Awards was this past weekend, if I'm not mistaken, and I have my favorite looks. So we're going to get into some of these looks. I absolutely, you know, like I said, I'm rooting for everybody black, and everybody black that showed up to the NAACP Awards looked freaking stunning. Okay. Absolutely got my entire life. You understand? Teyana Taylor, she had on this beautiful black dress. It was like, I don't even, like I said, I don't know fashion lingo, but I love fashion. Okay. She had on this really beautiful silhouette type of gown with the cutout breast piece at the top. Like, bitch, Teyana Taylor award? Teyana Taylor is not playing on these carpets. And I love that. She looked so amazing. She looked really, really pretty. I'm probably going to say best dress of the night. Absolutely. And then we got my guy here who never misses. This motherfucker is so dapper and debonair. I think he's amazing. I love him. He's gonna get it right every time. There has not been a look that he has presented on the red carpet that I side-eyed. He did his big one. We love to see it. And next up was Keke Palmer. Wasn't crazy about her dress. However, I love the pixie cut. I thought she looked amazing. She's a beautiful girl, but I didn't care for the dress at all. I didn't like nothing about it. But stunning. Keke Palmer is a beautiful young lady. And these are just some of my highlights, okay? So we have our Carrey Washington. We love her. Olivia Pope, she'll always be. I like this. It was simple, boring, but she looked beautiful. And then I like that she had the ice out button on her clutch. I thought that was really cool. I like when they show up and they are conscious and they let you know without letting you know where the fuck they stand. Love to see it. Carrey Washington look beautiful. Next, we're going to do Issa Rae. Hated the hair. Can't stand it. Didn't like the hair. Dress was okay. Basic. Not too much going. Her skin, though, beautiful. You know, minimalist. But I thought that Issa Rae looked beautiful. Just didn't like that Dora the Explorer bob that I just can't really get with. But other than that, simple, basic, cute. Next, we're going to do, I think this is Halle Bailey. I like the dress, but is it fossils? Are these like dinosaur bones? Like bedrock? I'm sorry, it gives me bedrock in the front. What's the fossils? The dinosaurs? I don't know. When I look at this, I see like dinosaurs, but I like the dress. I could have done without whatever those white embellishments are. Take that off and just do the dress, right? Because now we're distracted because we're trying to figure out, is this skeletal? Are these bones? You know what I mean? Hair, beautiful. Halle Bailey is a beautiful girl. I just could have done without that white piece in the front. Next, Tyra, make me sweat. She always gets it. She always looks sexy. She just ready to just, be around her house in gowns. She just, her updo was pretty. Probably could have done without the choker, but I'm not going to go too hard on it. Simple black. Cute shoes. She looked good. I thought she looked really, really pretty. Viola Davis. We love Viola Davis here. I always look forward to her speeches when it comes to the award season. I always want to hear from her. She's like the godmother that you just need a word from. And she always leaves you fulfilled. She also received an award that night. I think it was the Impact Awards, or I don't know if it was Lifetime Achievement. I'll go back and look. Sorry. But yeah, I thought this burgundy number was really, really pretty. She always gets it right to me. She always looks pretty, always. And so yeah, shout out to Viola. Lastly, Sterling K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown will always have a big piece of my heart because I fell in love with Sterling K. Brown on This Is Us. Loved his character. Liked everything about him. He's a beautiful human being. His wife is beautiful. Everything about Sterling K. Brown I love. The suit, cool. He also won an award at the NAACP Awards, and he should be rewarded. If you have not watched Paradise, please watch it. Paradise is amazing. It's starring Sterling K. Brown, and it's one of my favorite shows. So shout out to all the people that grace the red carpet, all the award recipients and presenters. And yeah, we're moving on. Carrey. Harpo, who this man? And I can be a conspiracy theorist, but come on, stop letting the media push shit in your face and we know it's piss and they calling it rain. Absolutely not. On no planet is this Jim Carrey. Absolutely not. His mannerisms, his demeanor, his voice. So you mean to tell me he went off to overseas? Man, I am not with y'all shit. I do not believe that this is Jim Carrey either. I'm siding with that side of the internet. Where the fuck is Jim Carrey? When y'all find that motherfucker, let me know. But this ain't him. Moving on. Cardi B. My bitch be listening to me. Hey, girl. She changed. She came out in some new costumes, some new outfits. And out of all of them, I think my favorite one was the feather set. I really liked it. I love that she embraces her culture as a rapper. I really, really love that for her. She also brought out Meg the Stallion. Of course, Meg did her big one. I love that Meg shows up for Cardi. It seems like every time Cardi calls, Megan's gonna answer, and Megan is gonna be there to do her big one, and we love that for Cardi. The Stallion did not come out on bongos. She came out on WAP, which, if you guys know anything about that record, it was like their hit song together. So, and they performed, and it looked like it was a good time. So, I gotta see her again. I just want to go to another concert, and the only one that comes to my mind that's going to be anything like LA and Houston is going to be Atlanta. Atlanta is going to be the show that drops Mike. I have that feeling, because there are so many artists that's in Atlanta that's on her album. Jeezy, Summer Walker, you know, people be in Atlanta. So I'm excited for the Atlanta show, and I feel like you guys are in for a treat. So shout out to Cardi and Meg, and shout out to Meg for showing up for our girl. Matthew Knowles did an interview, and Mama Tina Knowles came up, and basically he tried to dim her accomplishments and her light when it came to Destiny's Child. Now, Destiny's Child was an all-girl group that Matthew, of course, orchestrated, managed, whatever. It included the best entertainer of all time, which is Beyonce, who is the daughter to Matthew Knowles and Tina Knowles. I didn't really like the fact that when her name was brought up, he basically was like, how did she contribute to the group? Well, she came up with the name. She did the styling. She did the hair. You know, she managed. She was on tour. Like she's just important. And she's just an important executive in a motherfucking group as you, nigga. See, it's always a Capricorn nigga trying to take your shine. Trying to dim your light and diminish your value. You can't erase history, and you can't re-fucking write it. Tina played a key part in Destiny's Child, if not more than you. Those girls, she was their sanctuary, their therapist, their protector. Rubbed your motherfucking back and scratched yours when you was out there doing God. Matthew, don't piss me the fuck off. And then he came out with a statement later cleaning that the fuck up. Yeah, clean that up, nigga. I know Solange, Beyonce ain't have to call. Solange did. Okay. I couldn't believe that. I was like, that's why your daughter don't fuck with you. That's why she fired you. Dummy. Anyway, in sports news, y'all, it's a sad day for Stefon fucking Diggs. You know, I'm not gonna say he lost his bitch, because we don't really know what's going on with him and Cardi, but what I will say is he's had a hell of a year. So the Patriots has decided to let Stefon Diggs go. I really hate that. I do. I hate that because nobody should lose their jobs. Especially, like, I don't feel like, but I really hate this for him, because it seemed like until we figured out who this nigga was, he was living the dream, and now all his dreams has been snatched away. What him and Cardi's, I don't know what they got going on. We're not gonna put this on my girl though. You know what I mean? You have a lot of allegations towards you, and maybe now, because the NFL, these niggas been beating bitches, hiding them in trunks, throwing them in lakes for years, allegedly. So your little allegations, I thought they was just gonna give you they ain't do nothing when they saw that pink cocaine on the boat, allegedly. So I just don't even understand why you. But hey, it's a new day, I suppose, in the NFL and the ESPNs and shit. They don't want to align themselves with you, and I hate that for you. But we're not gonna blame this on my girl. You know, this is his doing. I will say that Cardi B effect is something serious. I don't know the demise or whatever is going on in their relationship. We really don't know if these motherfuckers is together or not, but it's something about that Dominican ashwagandha pashanda. You You never win when you play dirty. Y'all gonna stop fucking with them bitches from the mileage. Okay, we gonna move on. Yeah, allegedly. All right. All right, moving on. We have a Dear Robbie. Woo-hoo! Woo, 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 woo. All right. Dear Robbie, how do you grieve a friendship that isn't technically over, but doesn't feel the same anymore? We've been friends for 15 years. 15. That's childhood. That's growing pains. That's becoming women together. She knows versions of me nobody else ever will. But lately I feel like I have to shrink around her. When I win, she goes silent. When I'm excited, she changes the subject. When other people celebrate me, she suddenly gets distant. It's subtle. It's not loud hate. It's not obvious betrayal. It's just this quiet shift in energy that makes me question myself. Am I doing too much? Talking too much? Talking too much about my growth? Being insensitive to where she is in life? I've worked hard to evolve. I've healed. I've built things from the ground up. I've stepped into rooms I used to pray for, and instead of feeling like she's proud of me, it feels like I'm reminding her of something she hasn't done yet, and that breaks my heart. Because I never wanted to outgrow her. I wanted us to grow together. Now I feel torn between loyalty and alignment, between history and peace, between who we were and who I'm becoming. Is it wrong to want friends who clap loudly when you win? Is it selfish to distance yourself from someone who feels heavy, even if they've been there for years? At what point does "we've been friends forever" stop being a good enough reason to stay? How do you love someone without shrinking for them? All right. Okay, fun fact. I hate friendship topics, especially when it comes to women, because me personally, I feel like you guys are a piece of shit to one another. Honestly, truly, especially in the Black community. And I'm just going to leave that there, and you can feel however the fuck you want to feel about it. You understand? I've had my fair share of experience, bitch, and so do you. So we're not going to sit here and act like we a whole bunch of kumbaya bitches that want to see each other win. There's a lot of envy there. There's a lot of pride there. You understand? Okay, so your questions. Is it wrong to want friends who clap loudly when you win? No. Is it selfish to distance yourself from someone who feels heavy, even if they've been there for years? Also, no. At what point does "we've been friends forever" stop being a good enough reason to stay? It's never a good reason to stay, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I want to respect your friendship and say that I'm sorry that you're having these feelings about a 15-year friendship. That's a long time to be friends with somebody and hold somebody down, okay? However, what I've learned about friendship is friendships are supposed to be easy. I'm sorry, bitch. You have enough going on in your day-to-day life that when you go to your friend, it should be nothing but this. Hey girl, I miss you, bitch. What's up? What's tea? Like it's supposed to be warm, fuzzy Skittles and rainbows. And the only time where there's problems is when envy, jealousy creeps in. Comparing yourself to your friends is a thief of fucking joy, and it will be your friendship's demise. It will destruct the fuck out of your friendship. And it's hard to find bitches that lead with love. It's hard to find women that provide safe spaces for you. It's hard to find women that are really your cheerleaders and care about what's going on in your life. That is hard to find. It is. And once you find it, first of all, you have to be willing to sit at other tables. I know we like to stay with the familiar, but when it starts getting weird, you can have a conversation, but then that's going to open up a can of then it's going to be even more weird. Because when you voice how your friend, and feelings aren't facts, but when you voice to your friend how her presence in your life is making you feel, 9 times out of 10 she's gonna feel a way about it. You're not gonna hear from her for weeks. You know what I mean? Or she could be a mature type of bitch and be like, well, damn, I didn't even understand it. So first, have a conversation with your friend. 15 years is a long time. Also, get familiar with other people. Surround yourself around women with like minds. They're out there. If you got to sit at the table by your motherfucking self and be the inviter, then that's what you have to do. Because you deserve a safe space. You deserve for a woman to be your friend in your life and create safety for you. All that bickering, all that ooh this and ooh that and gossiping and cattiness and envy and jealousy, bullshit. We do not have time for that. Bitches is 40. We are too grown. And you want to make sure that you are where you're celebrated and not motherfucking tolerated. And if that means wiping your hand of a 15-year friendship, and it's like, no, I don't want to dim my light. Come with me. Come shine in my light with me. You're down right now. That's okay. I'm going to share some of my light with you. But how do you show up when I'm creating that for you? Are you still rolling your eyes and talking about it behind my back and being mean and being catty? You cannot be friends with a bitch that envies your life. You cannot be friends with a bitch that wants your life. You cannot be friends with somebody that every time something good happens to you, they're nowhere to be found, but they're always there for the mess. She ain't there when you got that promotion. You called on your best friend. She could not be found. You understand? But when you calling her about that nigga or that bitch, she right there with the mess. It's a new day. It's a new season. Grasp the thought. I'm going to be to women what I didn't get in return. Friendships is about reciprocity. That was our word of the day class on Twitter. Follow me, Robin Chanel, that damn Robbie. Word of the day the other day was reciprocity. I'm not showing up no more for anybody that does not show up for me. I don't give a fuck what you got going on in your life. You understand? We all got shit going on. Yeah, we do. And see, nobody's bigger than my motherfucking program as you. Your friend is not bigger than your program. Now, she can go and create her own program and be big in her world. And then when you come in, y'all share that. And when she come in and y'all share, you see how that go? But no bitch is bigger than my program. And if you're going to be a part of my program, then I need the support because I'm going to support you. And if you're down and this just is not your season right now, friend, you can always sit with me. Come over here. I got enough light for the both of us. Or what are your passions? What are you interested in? What's going to make you feel better? Let me offer resources. Let me bring you around in the spaces. But bitches that's always got their nose tuned up, when you reach a certain level in your life, get rid of them. You don't have time for that. Life is too short. That's on both sides of the friendship. We're supposed to be here for one another. We're supposed to be able to trust each other. It don't always have to be messy and weird and ugly and mean, bitch. We deal with enough of that on our jobs, in this world. What I loved about my childhood, fun fact, I was a pageant girl. Won a lot of pageants in Texas. Yes, Little Miss Charmettes of Houston, Little Miss Black Image, Miss Black Teen Houston. I was a pageant girl. And what I love so much about it, and I appreciate my grandmother for it, is putting me in that kind of environment to where even when I lose, I still have to stand next to the bitch that won and clap for her. It was the most precious gift she could ever teach me. Because what the pageant world taught me is that you're not always going to win. It's not always going to be your season. Don't compare. Clap even when the crown is not on your head. Because guess what? I can take mine off and share it with you and adjust it for you. I'm not going to compare your talent to mine and what made me lose the pageant. You deserve. Clap. Yes, God, girl. You bitches need to learn how to and mean it and believe it and be genuine. Do it with love. Even if it hurts, even if you thought you were better. Somebody didn't, and that's okay. It's just not your season. But that don't mean knock other women down. That means lift them up and be there for them and love them. And because I love you and it's my winning season, I'm going to share some of my light with you because you're my bitch. You my dog. We in this together. And if you're not getting that from your friend, wrap that shit up, friend. Absolutely. Yeah. You can always sit with me. Like-minded individuals. Okay? You deserve to be clapped for. You deserve to be celebrated and acknowledged and loved on by your friend. Women know better. And we can do a better job at showing up for one another, even when it's not our time. Even when it's not our season. Learn that, grasp that quickly. I hope you and your friend make it to the other side. But sometimes all you have is all these fucking years if the person that you're sharing all these years with ain't meeting you where you are. You can't take everyone with you. Some people can't go. Some people can't see their greatness as far as their fucking front door. Get rid of them. I mean that. Okay? All right. Well, this was a good motherfucking episode. But y'all know we can't stay here too long. I have shit to do and I asked to throw in a circle. I love you guys. I hope you guys love this episode. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, follow on all podcast platforms, and subscribe on YouTube. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Okay, I've been Chanel, that damn Robbie. You can find me on Twitter. I love Twitter. I like tweeting my thoughts. Share this video. Be sure that if you want me to read a dilemma that's going on in your life or something personal or something you want to share, a testimony or whatever, feel free to email me your dear Robbie at robbiespeaksthepod@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you watching and listening. Be sure, thumbs up, share, okay? And leave me a comment. Bye.